Hey you guys, this is Kevin with God, Family, and Everything Else. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about our children and just children in general. Stay tuned. Hey guys, this is Kevin with God, Family, and Everything Else. And in my opening, I was pretty much talking about our children and children, in general. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this in this episode was, being a father and then witnessing your children grow up and then how they interact. I find it's very interesting and then very educational for the parents. Why do I say this? Well, there's many examples that I see my boys when they're out playing, but one in particular happened yesterday when I had gone over to Kai's football game. Now, Kai had gone first, and then I decided to go a little later. Kai had, I think, 4 games in that day, and I had decided to go later to bring his little brother Noah. And the reason being is because I know if I bring them together, Noah's going to want to go over and play in the playground, and I won't be able to see any of Kai's games. So I had to wait a little bit, and I thought of an idea, so I'm just going to go, and then I'll just stand right in the middle so I can be able to see from a distance Kai's game at the same time watching Noah. Now, while we were there, Noah and we were playing in the playground for a little bit, and then Kai was having his game, and then the game was over, and then it was a break time. Now, while we were playing, I noticed Noah wanted to continue playing, but I wanted to go over to see what was going on in Kai's game and who he was going to play next and what's going to happen, what's the game plan. So I told Noah I'll be right back. I'm going to just be right up on that little step over there, and he'll know where I'm at. So Noah was perfectly fine with it, and he decided to go play a little bit. And then at the time, the park was fairly busy, had some middle schoolers and some kids around Noah's age, just a whole mix. So while I was over there watching and just seeing what the coaches were telling Kai and his team getting ready for their next game, I look over and I see Noah, and he's running around, he's going down the slide, and I'm thinking to myself, man, little man is playing by himself, man. But I noticed the middle school group of girls were actually chasing Noah. They were playing like hide and go seek and tag with him, and then some other little kids were coming along, and they joined in to play with them. And I felt so much better, and I was like, okay, Noah made some friends. He's playing. I can watch a little bit more of Kai's game when it starts. Great. So I actually decided to go a little bit closer to the field, and I could see from where I was at where Noah was going to be. So I was keeping one eye on Noah and the other eye on Kai. I turned around and I was watching Kai as they started the game, and watching them play, and it was a good game. I turned around and I couldn't see Noah, but I decided to continue watching Kai's game, and I was thinking to myself, okay, Noah's perfectly fine. Then I wanted to make sure he was all right. If I wasn't able to see him, I didn't want to just keep my eyes off of him for too long. So I decided to walk over into the park area, and I couldn't see Noah, but then I heard a guy saying, oh, no worries, your son is playing with my son. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And then I can look in the bush, and I see Noah and this little boy playing in the bush together. And then they come running out, chasing each other, throwing the ball, and then still the group kids playing around. So it made me feel good, and Noah made a new buddy. And then from that one buddy turned into 2 buddies. And then he was also with the middle schoolers. So they were all playing. And I thought that was great. And that is also something that made me think, when we're grown-ups, it's harder. For some reason, when you're growing up, it's harder to make friends. We're either stuck in our way, or we just are used to a certain thing, or we just refuse to budge, or we're just stubborn. I don't know. But it also had me thinking biblically also about when the disciples were speaking with Jesus. And before I get into that, it's just back to my son Noah and then just children. See, living here in Japan, you don't see a lot of black children or half. Usually Japan is a very, very secluded country, but you see mostly a lot of the same race. But